Okay, we're cinching up, dropping that latigo right in the cinch ring and pull, and it makes it really smooth and easy to go ahead and start cinching up. We're going to go back around again, around the rigging ring and the cinch ring. So I want to have 2 layers of leather around each ring. I'm going to step back to the shoulder now. We're going to tighten this up. So I'm just going to sort of vibrate or jiggle this latigo up and out, 45-degree angle from the side of the horse, up and out. And I'll put one hand on him here at his shoulder to kind of help steady the horse as I jiggle this up. So I'm not going to just take one big pull and yank there. I don't need to cut him in two at the hitching rail. We're going to take him out and do some groundwork with him before we ride, and that'll give me a chance to tighten that cinch up a couple more times before I mount up. Okay, so right now I just need to have it snugged up enough so it won't roll off. And I'm doing that by just kind of jiggling that latigo up and out a little bit to come to that place where it's just snug. All right, and then we're going to put the tongue of the cinch in the hole of the latigo. But now that tongue is sticking out a little bit. We need to lock that back to the latigo here. So we're going to do that by pulling straight towards you from the top of the outside strap. There, that's going to lock that latigo in. I like to use the tongue and the holes when I'm saddling up, instead of tying the big knot here at the top of the rigging ring. I don't like to have that big wad of leather up under my leg when I'm riding. I like everything to be smooth and flat under my leg. I like a saddle that has a plate rigging like this and just a smooth latigo using the holes and the tongue. And I've ridden a lot of rough horses, a lot of rough country, and I've never had one of these pop out. A lot of people say, well, I don't think that's safe. The tongue might pop out of the hole. It's never happened to me in years of riding. If you lock that tongue back against the latigo by pulling straight out from the top of the outside strap. Okay. Then we're going to hang the rest of the latigo in the latigo keeper here, and I go in from the front so that it hangs flat against the horse there, rather than coming in from underneath that latigo keeper. Okay. So we're hanging it right in there. We'll at this point we'll go get the back cinch the same way we got the front cinch. So we're going to reach through with your right hand. Rub his belly with the back of your hand as you go in and bring that back cinch back with you. I see a lot of back cinches that are way too loose. They're hanging way down here. Well, it's not serving any purpose if it's hanging way down low. It's only going to be dangerous for you. I've heard of situations where that latigo is hanging way down low. You're in the woods on a trail ride, and a broken stick sticking off a tree or a limb or something would go between the horse's belly and that back cinch. Well, you got a wreck happening right there with that stick poking into the horse, and it's between the horse and the back cinch. Or your back cinch is hanging way down low, and the horse kicks at a fly on his belly, catches his back hoof inside that back cinch. Well, there's another wreck, and it's the injured horse and probably injured rider. So your back cinch should be just touching the belly, or maybe hanging away half an inch or so. The horse needs a little space there as he turns and moves to expand the belly and the ribs. So we don't want that back cinch real tight, but we don't want it hanging way down here either. It's an important piece of equipment for your saddle. It holds the back of the saddle down. If you're riding in rough country, or if your horse were to start bucking, it'll keep that from being a catapult, the back of the saddle tossing you up out off of the horse. So I like to use a back cinch to have stability of the saddle for those reasons. Okay, and you want to make sure that you have a cinch hobble, a strap that ties the front cinch to the back cinch. That way that back cinch can't creep back here and get around the flank and turn into a bucking strap back there. Okay, so that's another piece of safety equipment, is that cinch hobble. All right, we're going to let down the stirrup, and we're going to talk about this breast collar, how we put the breast collar away, and how we hook it up on him when we're saddling up. We'll do that in the very next segment.